name's Cecilia Damask. I'm the annual meeting program coordinator. And here at AAO-HNSF, we are gearing up for Indianapolis and we are super excited. And I brought together a group of wonderful colleagues to share some insights about the annual meeting and some not to miss events. And I would like each of my colleagues that are here with me to introduce themselves, and we'll start with Dr. Carr.
Hi, I'm Michelle Carr. I'm a pediatric otolaryngologist in Buffalo. I'm here to represent the medical student and the mentors of medical students, their point of view.
And Dr. Dorismond.
Hi, I'm Christina Dorismond. I'm a chief resident at Vanderbilt, and I'm here to represent the resident viewpoint.
And Dr. Fidel.
Hello, everyone. I'm Mark Fidel. I'm the chair of the section for residents and fellows in training. I recently just graduated fellowship in pediatric otolaryngology at Texas Children's, and I'm in that fun little period before starting my first job.
Also, Dr. Pham.
Hi there, my name is Annette Pham. I'm a fellowship trained facial plastic surgeon who still hold on to my general otolaryngology roots. You can say I'm in my mid stage of the career, and I'm in private practice in Maryland, part of a big group called the Centers for Advanced ENT Care. I appreciate the invitation today to be part of this good looking gallery here. I'm representing as the current chair of the otolaryngology private practice section, and I've been a proud member of the Academy since 2003. Thanks.
And Dr. Flannery.
Hello, everybody. I am excited to be here and to let you guys know about our upcoming meeting in Indy. I am a pediatric otolaryngologist at the Medical College of Wisconsin. I'm currently serving as the Women in Otolaryngology section chair, and I'm here to update you on all the great events that are coming up for Indianapolis 2025.
So what a great group of colleagues I have with me today. And all of us have been to the annual meeting in the past, and I would like to hear from each of you maybe one really memorable event that happened for you at an annual meeting in the past, or perhaps share what is it that keeps you wanting to come back year after year to the annual meeting. And we can start with Dr. Carr.
Okay, so I would tell you that one of the reasons I keep coming back is because this gives me an opportunity to do educational projects. So it gives me a chance to figure out something fun that will help people in my specialty, to work with others who I might not see a lot or that I work with every day. Sometimes I challenge them to do things they didn't think they could do. And it's just a kind of a fun thing to do. And it's also kind of fun when you get some good feedback and people have learned something from what you teach. So I like doing that. And that's why I keep submitting things to do.
Sounds great. Dr. Dorisman, how about you?
Yeah, I think one of the most memorable experiences was my very first academy. It was my very first meeting in ENT when I was a medical student, and I went with some other people from my institution, and they were able to introduce me to their friends and like their co-residents or other people that they went to medical school with and their attending friends and things like that. And I got to meet a lot of people there. It's also where I got to attend my first WIO meeting as well as the Harry Burn Society meeting for the first time, and got to see other people that looked like me in large quantities. And that was really kind of inspiring. And I got to build connections through that. And so ever since then, I've just really enjoyed coming to Academy and going back to those meetings and seeing the same people, but then also seeing the new generation of medical students coming through and hopefully inspiring them along the way too. So I just always keep coming back because I just love those experiences.
Very cool. I like to hear the inspiration. I think that's great. Dr. Fidel, how about you?
I've been attending the Academy since I was in medical school. I think my first one was back in 2019, and I actually met one of my future co-residents at that time after matching for the first time at that meeting. And I think it's such an amazing venue to meet up with past or maybe even future colleagues to discuss and reminisce and collaborate. That's one of the biggest reasons why I keep coming back. But by far the most memorable moment for me was 2 years ago. I was at the medical student speed mentoring event, acting as a volunteer mentor, so to speak, as a resident. And I was paired with an attending from the Cleveland Clinic, and I just had talked to her briefly after it, saying, that's where I'm from, would love to come back to my hometown. And through a series of events, she immediately gave me her cell phone number, and she contacted the pediatric otolaryngology division lead at the Cleveland Clinic. And about a year later, I was signing with them to join their department. And so it was a very memorable experience because I got my first job at Academy, essentially. And so moments like that, and definitely the people that come year after year, are the reasons why I keep going back.
That's really neat. It's really special to hear about the networking opportunities that are only available to you if you come in person, because you never know. You never know who you're going to run into, who you're going to meet, and where that leads. So that's really special. That's cool. Dr. Pham, can you share with us?
Yeah, I mean, everybody hit it on the spot. One favorite or memorable moment is really just all about the people and the education. Just like, Burning Man, you keep going every year and every year because each of the experiences can be different. And I think one of my favorite times was when we were coming out of the pandemic, that first meeting in Philadelphia, when the program, the staff and the committee came up with the idea for the pins, the green, yellow, red, green, come up, hug me and say hello. And then yellow, okay, you can say hello, but kind of be right here. And reds, say hello, but from a distance. And then Dr. Sydney Butts from SUNY Downstate, but we hadn't seen each other in a long time. And she literally just hugged me. I was wearing a green pin. And I just think that it's great. And certainly I just continue to keep coming back just because I think it's been transforming and just improving from year to year. I mean, Dr. Damask, I'm really excited about all the gamification, all your fresh ideas. I still remember as a resident, you had to actually register for each session you wanted to go to. So you had to pay for it, and then you felt like you were committed. And now we've got all this stuff, and I'm really excited. I can't wait to talk about all the other highlights, as we share a little bit more. But really, everything that everyone said, I really keep coming back every year, really just for the people. And then certainly, the breadth of the educational content is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great. You highlight that no two meetings are ever the same. They are all very unique and have unique opportunities and unique offerings. I think that's definitely true about our meetings. So, Dr. Flannery, how about you?
Save the best for last, right?
Of
So
course.
I could say that I have been coming to meetings for decades. As a resident, we came because that was the opportunity to actually present and get your name out there and show some of the work that you were doing. As a young faculty, I was more having opportunities to participate in committees as well as get some extra time with people who were considered legends in the field. I think what the meeting represents to people is an opportunity, because that opportunity is to network, to extend your current network, to make friends with other people. You have opportunity to meet people who are doing the great work in your field, who are making all of these new discoveries. You get opportunity to go and meet all the salespeople for all the new equipment and all the new things that are transforming ENT care. And then you have the opportunity to serve. You have the opportunity to go to all these committees to serve and sort of shape what our otolaryngology future is. I will say my most exciting meeting was 15 years ago. That was our very first WIO section meeting. And I tell you, we we started with the 15 of us who came in, and it's our 15-year anniversary this year. And there was a room filled with female otolaryngologists, female residents, female medical students, all the tables, people getting to know each other, and so much excitement and looking forward to the future. And I think with all that energy, it's still here 15 years later, and we can't wait to get our networking sessions going and engage with people in a couple of months here.
That's awesome. I love the history aspect of the forming of WEO. I think that's really exciting. And I especially love the opportunity, because that's really great. This is a wonderful meeting, and you definitely do not want to miss out on your opportunity of all these great things that you guys shared. The other thing I wanted to explore was that each of you represent a different specific audience. And I'd like to hear if you could spotlight maybe the education or the events or the activities that you think would be of special interest to your specific audience that you're representing. And also, what are you most personally looking forward to at the meeting? And we'll mix it up a little bit. And so we'll start with Dr. Fidel.
Thank you. Yeah, so as the chair for Section for Residents and Fellows in Training, I recognize that I'm representing trainees with all different career goals and aspirations. So I can't really focus my audience on a particular track at the Academy, which is amazing, because the Academy offers every track you can possibly think of to gain experience and knowledge from. And so what I want to highlight is the website. And so the annual meeting website is remarkable. If you navigate to the annual meeting schedule tab on the main website and click annual meeting schedule on browser, you'll see many links within that one. But if you look at the program track link, it'll take you to a list of all different areas, business of medicine, all the ENT subspecialties, that can give you specific education sessions and topics that you're personally interested in. The professional and personal development tab will give you sessions that are focused on leadership or communication or administrative type of roles, and so many more. And if you're going into the Academy with specific goals that you want to accomplish when you're at this meeting, if your goal is just to learn, then you can focus on those educational sessions and all of those subspecialties. Or if you do want to become a leader in the Academy or even in some subspecialty organizations, there are sessions on that, like at the Women in Otolaryngology Forum. You can interact with leaders within that organization, like Dr. Flannery, or come to the Section for Residents and Fellows in Training to interact with us and understand how you can get involved with SRF or the private practice session. I mean, there are so many different general assemblies that you can go to interact with the leadership and really network and understand the complex but vast hierarchy of the Academy if you're interested. And so I highly recommend looking at that website, trying to plan your meeting accordingly to accomplish whatever goal you might have at the meeting.
I love it. There's something for everyone at the meeting, no matter where you are in your stage of training, whether you are from a med student through residency, fellowship, early career, and beyond. There definitely something for everyone. And I love that the website really can help you navigate and find what you think you may be looking for at the meeting. And so, how about you, Dr. Pham?
Thank you. I'm glad that you brought up that website because certainly for me, it can be a little bit overwhelming from the private practice standpoint. You know, we time is money, so you can look at the website, and actually, there's a guide for the private practitioner that's there. And I do want to give a shout out to our Academy staff liaison, Tanisha. She helped with the members and the communications team, you know, putting that up. Certainly, some of the key sessions I want to highlight are our coffee talks. We like OTO forum style. We had mastermind roundtable sessions and really talking about the hot and sexy topics that are out there in the business of medicine. You know, things like incorporating AI into your practice, incorporating APPs, compensation models, everything that you really wanted to know and sort of share, and really getting together with other people and sharing best practices. And I think that's where that networking, informal knowledge, I guess, and sharing of knowledge happens. And certainly the General Assembly will be awarding the Spirit of Private Practice for the second year. So I think that that's something that's kind of nice to be able to share. We're the newest section. And so I think that we're still trying to gain some momentum. But certainly I myself, I'm excited about going to the other, participating and going to the General Assemblies for WEO, also meeting, you know, some of the leadership in the young physicians, as well as a section for residents and fellows. For myself, I did want to highlight, you know, we're going to have the Women in Private Practice panel. It is a rare, or not rare, but less common thing to have, you know, women leaders in business, in private practice, as managing partners. And so we'll be sharing on the panel, you know, how we're able to transform challenges into opportunities, and really thrive, you know, in our business model. Candidly, I am really looking forward to the wellness session or section that Dr. Demas was able to include this year. And then the new thing, the part in the interruption, modeled after the part in the interruption ESPN bit, you know, where we're kind of doing a fast pace back and forth question answer on different topics. I know there's a topic for laryngology, otology, neurotology, but there's one for private practice. So, you know, that's going to keep me on my toes. So that's a little bit of it, but definitely go to the website.
That sounds great. Sounds like there's a lot going on with OPPS and Business of Medicine. Excited to see all of the offerings, and love that you made a nice segue talking about women in private practice for me to have Dr. Flannery tell us about what is happening with WEO at the annual meeting this year.
Thank you, Dr. Damask. As you know, we're celebrating our 15th anniversary as a section. So we're going to start things off with our General Assembly on Saturday morning, where we're going to have some special coffees and teas. We're going to have an opportunity for networking amongst women in otolaryngology, and allies. All are welcome. We're not keeping the men out. And we also have a really exciting guest speaker. Sylvia Carlson is an engineer from Detroit, from Ford, and she is the lead engineer for the first F1 car, for race car for Ford. So she is going to come and talk to us about her experience as a woman in engineering, how it is to lead a team. And we're also going to have some really fun activities where we can demonstrate how we work together in our teamwork. We also are going to acknowledge some of our special allies with a couple of awards. And lastly, we have some great support where we're going to have a separate networking event Monday night, where we're going to do some things to think about what our vision has been for the past year, what my vision as chair has been, and that is women in otolaryngology and wealth management. So we're going to do some fun activities to network and make us think about managing our money and fulfilling all of our dreams as otolaryngologists.
That sounds awesome. Love the excitement with WEO, not only with a great keynote special speaker coming in who's going to speak about leadership, but also I love that tie-in with racing and with Indy. Like, that is really killer. That sounds really exciting. So Dr. Carr, can you share with us some stuff about your special audience?
So for medical students, on the app and on the website, there is a tab which includes a lot of activities that would be of interest to students. So I'm going to highlight a few of them. A big day is Sunday at 9:30 a.m. We have the third running of our Emergency Airway Management for Medical Students course. And every year we've expanded it in many ways. This year, we're going to have 4 stations. One is how to do a trach, one is how to do a crike, how to pass a flexible scope, and how to deal with trach emergencies and change a trach. And before you can even get in the door, there is an exam. So you have to read and you have to do a test. So you need to look on the app to get that link because there's no lecturing in the session. It's all hands-on, do the thing. And we've expanded it a little bit. We have more seats and we have a little bit more time. So I think it's going to be great. If you didn't have a chance to go in the past, come this year. Same day, 2:30 p.m., the Harry Barnes Student Forum is being held. The same day at 4 p.m., the speed mentoring. And so those are ways that you can network with other students and with attendings and residents. Those are worthwhile going to. Monday, the thing that I want to highlight, which is not in the student tab, is the Academic Bowl. For students who haven't seen that before, that is a very interesting experience where they have different residency teams compete with their otolaryngology knowledge, and there's actually a winner declared. And so that's a very cool thing to watch. See if you can answer the questions. And the other event I want to emphasize is something that's on Tuesday, right near the end of the meeting. So if you're still there on Tuesday, come by this event. This will be at 11 o'clock, and it is a medical student knowledge challenge. So it's going to be run by a team of students and a team of residents, and you'll have the chance to answer knowledge questions, and yes, there will be prizes. There are a lot of other talks that are geared to medical students and match and that kind of thing. And it's worthwhile going through the app and finding those talks and scheduling it to your calendar.
What really wonderful opportunities for the medical students, and really exciting that there's so much for them at the meeting, because for all of us, we all started at one point as medical students, and exciting that the Academy has a lot to offer medical students and let them know how very valuable they are to us and to our future. So Dr. Dorisman, how about your group?
Yeah, so I think for the residents, the whole meeting can be valuable. You know, there's some residents who come into this meeting knowing exactly what fellowship they want to go into, and you can go to those scientific sessions and specific to your specialty that you want to go into. Or if you don't know what you want to do, you can try out different things. There's, you know, obviously every subspecialty represented, and each one has multiple scientific sessions, so that's really helpful. But even if you don't know, or if you do know, there's other types of sessions as well that can just help you build your career. That can be really helpful. There's sessions on how to use AI in your practice, how to use social media to expand your practice, how to start an academic career. All of these things that can just be generally beneficial to you. Also how to, you know, financial literacy, things like that, that can be helpful while you're in residency and also after. So those sessions are worth checking out. And then there's also all the different general assemblies that others have mentioned as well. The WIO meeting, the SRF meeting, the private practice sessions all have general assemblies with interesting panels and speakers that you can learn from. I think we can all learn from each of these speakers. And they're also great networking opportunities because people stay after those meetings, and you can meet people and you just build connections that way. And so I think throughout the meeting, pretty much everywhere you turn, there's something that you can learn from as a resident. And I'm really excited that I get to go this year, and I look forward to meeting lots of other residents there.
Wow, you know, there's really so much going on at the meeting, and so much in each of your respective groups that you represent. And so want to know, what advice can you give to attendees from your respective audiences, and how can they really make the most of the annual meeting? And so we will start in different order, and I will start with Dr. Flannery this time.
Thanks, Cecilia. So at the WIO, I want to just ask all of our women to come and to get to know the other women in your specialty. should be no fear and no wariness about just introducing yourself. There's so many people who have extra knowledge. You can find mentors, you can find people for practice partners, you can have people to have different specialties, things to bounce questions, problems about life. So I just encourage them to meet people, to network, and to use the opportunities to have a group who actually share some of the things you've gone through and have that unique perspective. And that's, again, that's not to say that we have plenty of male allies and mentors who've helped us, but I think it is a unique opportunity to get to know women who are stars and leaders in the field, or women who are just like you coming up, women who are in private practice who, again, have special perspectives on how they got there and what to look for. So I think I use it as an opportunity to network, to make new friends, to expand your base.
Sounds great. I completely agree about the opportunity to network at WIO and meet other women who have a lot definitely in common with us and are always there for support and guidance. And I know that some of my most important mentors and colleagues and truthfully friends have been people I have met in WIO. So I couldn't agree more. Dr.
And
Pham.
can I also just add,
Oh,
though, we're going to have childcare available at the meeting this year. So if we've got families who want to come, just make sure to sign up, because I think you have to sign up before you get there. But something that our women asked for and the Academy was able to provide. So let's take the opportunity to take advantage of it.
yeah, thank you for highlighting that, because yes, Academy has definitely listened, and so happy that that's going to be offered this year. So thank you for bringing that up. All right, Dr. Pham.
Well, before I offer some advice, I had a couple of challenges. I did this at the OTO Forum. I challenge everyone to, get two nuggets or pearls from each of the sessions. That's what you'll take back for yourself. And then to meet two new people a day and try to get them to donate to the ENT PAC if they haven't already, because you'll hear me say it again, that advocacy is not an option, it's an obligation. So that's my challenge. But as far as general advice, really register early. Certainly you could save some money, get your hotel room. Find out if any of your friends and colleagues are coming, so you can have some things set up and compare some notes about what they're going to, because they may have picked up on something that you didn't realize, because I know the program is certainly packed and comprehensive. So we can kind of share some notes, but specific to private practice, if you're the managing partner in the practice, think about what you might need for the coming year and what your budget is, because you're going to be meeting with the vendors. And I do think a highlight is going to the expo. Some of the best specials you can get are there at the expo. And what I like to do is I do go up to them and I give them 2 minutes and I say, give me your escalator pitch. What's your product? Why are you better than the competition? And why do I need that? And if they haven't gotten my attention, then I just move on to the next one. It's no offense, no hard feelings. It's just how you can maximize. So that's one of my pro tips as a managing partner. But certainly the last thing is, wear comfortable shoes. There's going to be a lot of walking. There always is. So it's a comprehensive schedule, like I said, but have fun, enjoy, and I hope people come up and say hi to me. Thanks.
Wow. So definitely more than 2 nuggets that I got out of what you just said. So that's awesome. I hope that our listeners are going to heed all of those great nuggets that you just doled out at us, which is great. Dr. Fidel, can you share with us?
Yes, thank you. So as a trainee, the annual meeting, especially my first few times going, was daunting, was overwhelming. And I think I made a mistake at that time, just going in kind of blind, not doing some of my research up front about what sessions were provided. And so again, I'll harp on the website to help organize yourself. And I challenge you to have goals for the meeting, similar to what Dr. Pham was saying. Have those goals marked out, written down, whatever you use to understand what you want to get out of the meeting. And then that will help make your decisions if you want to choose one session over another last minute. I think one piece of advice is making sure that you do as much prep work as possible to make it as beneficial as possible. Understanding what everything the Academy annual meeting has to offer is really beneficial when you're trying to plan those days, because you can be as productive or as unproductive as you want. Honestly, I already plan on meeting up with friends I haven't seen in a while, or enjoying Indianapolis because that's where I went to college and I loved the city. And so there's so many things that you can get out of this meeting. And just doing a little bit of prep work will help. And so try not to burn out on the first day. That's always possible by going to all these meetings and then being exhausted at night and wanting to sleep in the next day. So pace yourself, make a tentative plan, but in the end, just have fun with it. Meet up with your co-residents, your past co-residents, your co-fellows, your future or past attendings. And honestly, I think of it as a time to celebrate your year's accomplishments, especially if you're presenting. Take that time to really give a great presentation. And harness all those questions that you might be asked, and take advantage of Indianapolis. It's a wonderful city. It's beautiful. The people are wonderful. I just enjoy it as much as you can because it's only once a year, and only a few days long. So have fun with it.
Awesome. I hear you loud and clear. We need to have a plan and know what we want to do and what we want to get out of the meeting and pace ourselves. That's fantastic. Dr. Dorismond.
Yes, I think Dr. Fadal kind of nailed it when he said preparation is key. One of the things that I love to do every night is looking at the app or the website and figure out what sessions I want to go to. There are a lot of concurrent sessions and a lot of really interesting content at Academy. And so what I do the night before is I look at the schedule for the day and kind of just at least favorite most of the sessions that I have some sort of interest in going to. And I don't necessarily make any final decisions unless there's a session that is a must not missed for me. But otherwise, I just kind of star the ones that are interesting to me. And then the following day, the day of the conference where I've started all these sessions, I'll look, and at least it will give me kind of a smaller group of things to look at that I may want to go to. And so thinking of just kind of like stepwise organization and narrowing down the sessions that I want to go to makes it slightly less overwhelming on the day of trying to figure out what it is that I want to do. And it also lets me like not miss the things that I want to miss. Because if I only star one thing for a particular hour, it's probably because I really wanted to go to that thing and it's right there on my schedule and easy for me not to miss it. So that's kind of the tip that I have for everyone, is just take 5-10 minutes each night just to figure out what sessions you want to go to the next day so you can go to the sessions that you really want to go to.
That's great. I love your mention of the app and really using it to your advantage to star and remember what you want to go to. And that's with you, that's on your phone. So it's not just looking at something on a website or needing to write it down. Like all you have to do is open the app and, what is it that I wanted to do this hour? Wow, that's starred. And I know exactly where I want to go. I think that's a great tip. And then Dr. Carr, we will finish with you.
So with regard to the student experience, the things that everyone has said completely apply to you as well. This is the only place, especially if you don't have a home program, where you're going to be looking at thousands of otolaryngologists, thousands of them. First thing you want to do is network with those people. When you go to a talk, people sign up for talks because they want to talk. So go up to them and and talk to them. If you want to have questions about what they've talked about, if you think they might be a great research mentor, if you think they're at a program that you're interested in, go up and talk to them. The other thing that's really important, and some students don't realize it, is that your cohort is the other students. And then you should get to know those people. There is a way of meeting other students. Sometimes you just kind of run across them, but there's a social media tag. It is usually OTOMTG25, and use the social media tag. You'll find other students who are at the meeting, and we do have a group meeting. We use that as our title, and that's a great way of connecting with other people. So I think those are some of the key things that you need to know. And the other section for just students, the first thing you have to remember as a student that this is an endurance sport. You come in professional attire, the place is cold, dress in layers, wear comfortable shoes. This is going to be more walking than you have ever done in one day. You'll be going from 7 a.m. to probably midnight or later, depending on your personality, but you're going to be extremely tired. Check the app, plan what you want to do, pick out some things that you don't know what they mean so you can learn something. Pick out things that are being presented at schools you have an interest. Pick out all the student things that relate to you. Mark them all, don't miss them. And then after the talks happen, go up and talk to the speakers. People who present papers, go up and talk to them. Maybe you have something in common with what you're doing. Talk to the students, meet the students, join the group me, use the social media tag OTOMTG25, and connect with your cohort. They'll be doing things alone, like as students, separately, that you could get involved with as well. And I think those are the key things I can think of.
Fantastic. I want to thank each of you for joining me to have this discussion. I appreciate all of your insights and contributions, and I think our members are also going to appreciate your insights. Want to encourage everybody to check out the program, whether you do that on the meeting website, whether you do that in the app. Check out the program, get excited about the content that's going to be at the meeting, and join the discussion. This meeting is for you. And so excited to hear what you're excited about. Want to hear what is it that you can't wait to attend, or what you think is a can't miss event. Want to hear from you. Also want to make sure that everyone is aware that everything happening at the meeting, all of the CME events, that you will still have access to them as webcasts for up to 3 years after the annual meeting. So don't stress if you can't possibly get to every single educational event that you want to. You will have access to them after the fact. And most importantly, register. We are so excited to see everyone in Indianapolis and can't wait to see everyone there. Thank you for joining me.